Hi, Michelle here with Straw-Bearie Designs, and this past weekend I went out of town and I took some crafting, some card making supplies, but I took very, very little, very minimal supplies, and I ended up making 11 cards. So let me show you what I made. I took this stamp set from Sizzix called In Bloom Sentiments, and I took a pad of paper, and I don't remember the brand name, and I actually used the cover in part of my design. And honestly, I bought this on clearance at Tuesday morning or something a couple of years ago, and it's been sitting in my stash. And I think when I bought it, I thought it was Christmas paper because there's a lot of reds and greens in it, but it wasn't. It's very old-fashioned looking stuff, which really isn't my style, but it might be somebody else's style. But this is what I took, and I took paper to match. I took red and green, black, white, and craft. Now, to get to the cards. I took very few ink pads, and then just adhesive and scissors and my little paper trimmer, and that was about it. And I ended up making 11 different cards. So what I first started with were these. In the paper pad, they were these little stamp type things, little images, and so I started with a lot of those. And so you can see I made this one with the little kids on a picnic, and then when I came home I did find a vintage button to put there, but I just used those. I inked the edges, cut out the paper, and put it on there. Very quick and easy card. Then this one was very much the same. I just took some of the paper pads, inked the edges, and I added some string, just some baker's twine. Again, I took different papers from the pack and added one of the things. I added a vintage button and some baker's twine. Now this one I did after I got home. After I got home, I decided I wanted to keep working on it because I didn't get as many done as I wanted to. So on this one I did emboss with just some dots here, and I added a doily, and then this black piece is actually like a washi tape, and then I have a ribbon here, but then the paper looks like ribbons, striped ribbons in paper. And I have a couple more. So this one, I did think this girl was really pretty. And so I added her and then added a button. So, you know, what I did is I let the paper pack speak to me. Even though it normally wouldn't be my style, that doesn't mean I can't give the cards to somebody who this is their style. And I'm making a card special for them. And then this one, I took a couple of the papers again and just use that image and a piece of lace, and then I did put a happy birthday here that I embossed in white, and that was a different stamp set, I do have to admit. This one was the stamp set that I showed y'all earlier, the happy birthday to you. Okay, now on the back of the cover there was this quote by Charles Dickens, and so I cut up the cover and I used this as the image to one of mine. Here I used the Hello stamp, which had the little rose, and I just used some watercolor markers to color it in, and then added some more paper and some string. So very, very simple cards, but I was able to complete a lot. This was one of the papers, and added some twine, added the thank you from the stamp set, and then when I got home I added some pearls and some fabric roses that I've had in my stash for years and years. Then I wanted a couple that seemed a little bit more my style, so they did have the cute black and white polka dotted papers in the set, and so I made this one, just some foam tape to raise it up a little bit, and the same happy birthday sentiment I was using on the others. And then this one, I took several of the different papers from the paper pack and just made little flags and added happy birthday, and then added some little dots with my liquid pearls. And so those are my 11 cards. I think they turned out super cute. I'll show them to you again, just really quick. And like I said, I just used a paper pack that had been sitting in my stash for a long time that I hadn't been using, and I decided that I was going to let the paper pack speak to me, and I was going to make cards that go with that pack. And in doing so, I was able to make a whole bunch of cards pretty fast, pretty easy, and I had fun doing it. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and tell me where you went on your last vacation.